So now I'm going to teach you how I progress them from one strumming pattern to another. I find the easiest is just to get them to do a down strum in the beats of 4. So you'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, just going down. And a lot of kids are going to want to do that. Just get them to focus drilling on that down beat. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and get them to until they can comfortably switch their chords, staying in beats, just get them to go on the down beat. And sometimes it'll take them longer to go, they're not going to be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So what I'll do is I'll actually get them to not strum on the 4th beat, and that's the switch. So when I say switch, that's their time to get ready to come in on the 1 on the strong beat. So for example, we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, switch. So instead of strumming, they'll be E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, switch. Okay. And then they can hit that. It's really important, I think, to hit the strum on the 1. So sometimes they might need 2 beats to do that, but just going on that simple 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, some students really like playing with their thumb, which is absolutely fine. Some students it comes easy to them to play with their nails, so I just kind of go okay, well, you kind of curl up your fingers a little bit like this, and you kind of play with on your nails, so you can go down like that. And even this mechanism, sometimes they'll be doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and I kind of say, okay, your arm is anchored here, and without strumming on this, I just ask them to do this, okay? And then that's the method. So it's kind of and then they can progress to even just moving their hand, but that's kind of that's not an easy movement actually, but so even if they just do that, but their arm stays put. And a lot of them like using picks, and it's good and all, but it's so loud. You'll get a bunch of and then they get crazy and they start dinging things. So I kind of try to say, I let them use the picks because it's cool and they want to be like rock stars and all that. I try to move towards their likes as much as possible, but I also say if you're going to use the pick, you have to be able to hear the other people around you. So if you're using a pick and you can't hear what I'm saying, or if you can't hear your friend play guitar, then you're playing with the pick too loud, because you can play quietly. That's hard. It's hard to play quiet. So I do let them use picks. I try to not promote it until later, because it can be very much, but it's also give up your control. As a music teacher, you really have to give up your control, because it's not about what you think sounds good, it's what they think sounds good. A lot of times other teachers will walk by the music room, and they think you're not doing a thing because it sounds like pots and pans banging together. But the kids are having fun, and the kids are learning, and they're engaged, and that's what's important. So if they want to use a pick, I let them, and not everybody wants to. So we just focus on the 1, 2, 3, 4. So once they get that down, 3, 4, 1, 2, then I start adding on an upstroke in between the 2 and the 3. So I'll go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Sometimes that's too much for them. I'll just go 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and. If they don't pick that up right away, I'll just go to down, down, up, down, down, up. And I always just try the numbers first, because some kids do pick up on it really quickly. But then I've sat for hours, not in one, but with the same student, just going down, down, up, down, down, up. And you kind of want to make it down, down, up, down, down, up. And if they don't get that, encourage them to go back to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, their hands are already coming up, right? So another thing you can do is say, just do that. And then just say skip going. You don't play the up on every stroke, right? You just go skip, do it, skip, do it. And you'll figure out, I mean, that's the thing is no one student learns the same. So you'll have to be creative. Like all of this stuff I've just kind of worked out, like tried. And sometimes it's not the right instrument for the student. I've also switched them instruments. Sometimes they think the guitar is for them. And if they can't, if their fingers are, you know, they just don't have it, switch them to a ukulele for a bit because it'll be instant success. Try them on the drums, try them on the keyboard, try them on the bass. Because they will, if they're interested in it, they will find success in something, but it just might not be the guitar. But you can also just say, you know, lots of people play multi-instruments, so why don't you try doing this one, I think. And if you say like, I think you're specifically a bass player, like you give me that bass player vibe, and then they can go like that on the bass, it's like, okay, that's what they can do, and then that's their success. So it's up to you to kind of keep finding different things that work for that student until you find them something. There's always something that they can do. One other strumming pattern type of thing, after they get the down, down, up, then the next thing I teach them is and this one I just teach down, down, up, down, up, but that's the strumming pattern that, and I don't know the counting of it. I mean, I figured out, but it's kind of complicated. It's syncopated, but I just go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. Just like doing that forever because that strumming pattern just came natural to me. I don't even know where I learned it, but it doesn't come natural to everybody. So, one other type of thing, if you want to get into finger picking, the easiest way to make it sound cool right away, this is just the beginner finger picking that I do, is just like thumb, index, thumb, middle. So you're just going thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle. And you're not concerned about which strings they hit or anything they're doing. You just keep going. Thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle. And that's what I do to start them off on the guitar.